Let's face it, looking after an epileptic dog can be challenging, but we've managed to improve the quality of life for our little girl by changing just 3 things. Qualey is a golden retriever. She's 9 years old and she suffers from epilepsy. We adopted her 3 years ago, and to begin with we found it very hard to control her seizures. But now, after much trial and error, we think we know what we're doing, and it comes down to a balance of 3 things. Finding the right level of medication for your dog can be very tricky. At one time, Qualey was on 15 tablets a day, but far from helping her, it made her very ill. And we had to work with the vet in order to reduce her medication down to the core essentials. Your dog may well be different, but for Qualey, the core essentials are phenobarbital and levetiracetam. We give Qualey her medication twice a day, once at 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. At each sitting she will get 1 of these and half of these. So in a total day she will have 2 of these and 1 of these. When Qualey is having a seizure, we will use the diazepam rectal solution. These are rectal inserts to release a dose of diazepam to try and calm the dog. Sometimes you need more than 1 of these, so it's always good to have a supply handy. Qualey has been on the reduced medication for almost a year, and we've seen definite improvements. As you would imagine, food plays a very important role in the health of an epileptic dog. Just like many dog owners, we started out using a dried shop-bought food. We really didn't think much about it until we were introduced to a recipe that really took our interest. It was quite basic and easy to make, so we gave it a try, and the results were amazing. Qualey is perkier, she has more energy, her breath doesn't smell, and her coat is super soft. That recipe is quite simple. 50% vegetables, 40% protein, 10% carbohydrates. Qualey weighs 28 kilos and we feed her 600 grams twice a day. We also give her 1 dog biscuit and a dental chew each day. If you decide to try this recipe, keep an eye on your dog's weight, and if it fluctuates, then adjust the quantity of food that you're giving them. We're trying to keep Qualey as relaxed and stress-free as possible, and that means keeping her away from anything that might upset or overexcite her. We're not trying to create a completely sedate environment for her, of course not. We're just trying to limit her exposure to stressful situations. So there you have it, 3 changes that we've made to make Qualey a healthier and happier dog. The right levels of medication, good food, lots of love. Qualey now fits every 6 to 8 weeks, and at one time she went 12 weeks without fitting. That's a tremendous improvement on last year, when at one point she was fitting on a daily basis. My theory is this: Qualey is going to fit no matter what, and there's nothing we can do to prevent that. The best we can hope for is to make it as easy as possible to live with. I'm not a vet or medical practitioner of any kind, so please consider everything I've said with that in mind. We've got here by trial and error, but for us the results are clear, and I'm pleased to say the changes definitely work for Qualey. Stay. No, stay.